Well, when we talk about the culture wars in Parliament, it could largely be described as the left's political cults attempting to unseat the quiet and unassuming Christian ethos that went into the construction of our political system. And now when you read about the speeches from our early prime ministers, whether they're left-wing or right-wing, they did contain reverence for founding Christian principles behind democracy. Now, the left's spiritual war is as much against Christianity as it is against the philosophy of Western civilization. Now, I make this point because Morrison is the one who famously distanced himself from the culture wars. You know, said he didn't want to get into the idea of fighting for things like free speech. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, Lyle, but at its soul and by its very definition, politics itself is a culture war. So what are we going to do if the Conservatives don't want to actually play politics?
Look, you've hit the nail on the head, Ellie, and this goes to the heart of my deep frustration with Scott Morrison. No doubt that he loves God and reads his Bible and prays, things that good religious Christian people do. But there's anyone who knows anything about theology, Christianity and faith knows that it's got to be consistent through all of life. It's got to be coherent across all of life. And yes, there is a culture war that's going on. And Scott Morrison chose to sit out of the same-sex marriage debate. He chose not to fight for City Point Christian College when it was putting forward a policy to protect its students from males, its female students from males identifying as girls and wanting to play their sports and be in their change rooms. He when questioned by the media, he said, "I don't share those views." He signed a letter supporting abortion. Now, that's the ultimate front to human dignity. It's one thing for him to wax lyrical in his valedictory speech about Judeo-Christian ethics and human dignity, which, of course, the Judeo-Christian ethic gives us this idea that all human life is sacred, no matter how small you are, signs a letter supporting abortion to birth laws in Australia. So this was very inconsistent, and we do need people who will fight for the values, not just talk about them, but actually fight for them and advocate for them within the constraints, obviously, of our democratic system.
I think it's funny, I think I said this to James Allen or somebody else on Spectator TV, that the cultural icons of our Western civilization are actually a chainsaw-wielding Argentinian and a Canadian who likes to eat apples in front of the press to torment them. They're the ones who are leading the game at the moment, not Australia, which is a real shame.